Well, welcome back to the, see, normally this would be called the Seahawks chat. And usually I would talk about my Seahawks and just give you my Seahawks opinions. But, nah, today's in a completely different video. In fact, this is like a test run. So if you like it, you like it. Tell me what you think. I'm branching out because of this player. One player in particular. So this person was on the news and was on the news all of today. Everyone was gushing about this player. Everyone was saying, oh my God, how is this player this good? Oh my God, how is this player this? How is this player that? Man, he's a starter, blah, blah, blah. Cry, blah, blah, blah. Everything. I was just hearing like pundits and analysts, everybody going crazy over this player. And in my mind, I was just like,
yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
are you guys kidding me? I talked about this last year. This player was my number one quarterback. Why the hell is everyone all of a sudden so surprised that Sam Howell, the player I'm going to be talking about today, is all of a sudden good? Like initially when people were saying, oh, what? Sam Howell's going to be the initial starter or the first on starters and everyone was questioning it. In my mind, I'm just like,
well, duh.
you see what I mean? And so I'm like thinking about myself, I don't see why people are questioning it. Did you not see him play the last game of the season? I'm going to show you the stats right now. He had that one game, he was 11 for 19, 58 completion percentage. I understand that's a little low. That's a little low. 11 for 19. He had one touchdown, but one rushing touchdown and one interception. Okay, those are some good numbers, right? Now, he rushed five times and averaged 7 yards a carry, 35 yards. Do you see what I mean? Like, bruh, how are you guys so shocked about all of a sudden Sam Howell is going to be good this year? Like, did you not see his first actual game? Like, if you had real eyes, you wouldn't be like me being so shocked when I see Sam Howell starting with the ones on his second preseason game alone against a guy like Jacoby Brissett, who, granted, is actually a decent backup quarterback. He's backup quality number one. I would pick up Jacoby Brissett in a backup situation 110% of the time. He's not a bad quarterback. He's better than most in terms of the backup quarterback tiers. But I'm so surprised everyone's like, Sam Howell. And I'm just like, so why are you guys questioning it? It just kind of interesting because I already knew this last year that he would be a starting quarterback. I knew this last year that he would take over the job soon enough. I also knew last year Carson Wentz wasn't going to make it. It's kind of funny because in retrospect, I actually do have the clip to show you guys how the take was for when Sam Howell was drafted. And actually, fair warning, there is a little bit of foreshadowing, because it's literally everything that everyone's talking about now and more from when I actually saw him since freaking the Tar Heel days. It's like, what the fudge? That's what shocks me, is that all these people are just so shocked that, oh my God, Sam Howell, he's a quarterback. I didn't know he'd be the best. Like, it's like everyone's so like blossomed away that this Sam Howell guy all of a sudden exists. And I'm just like,
oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
like, come on, dude. Like, it's not that I'm mad about hearing people finally give him some praise. It's just that when he was scouted and then being scouted, everyone said that he had the levels to be a quarterback, but he just had the worst. I think, in my opinion, he had the worst pro player comparison. He was compared mightily to Baker Mayfield. And I think that was the most lazy comparison, but at the same time, somewhat accurate. But it was still very lazy, because I felt as though Baker Mayfield was not nearly the matured quarterback that, that Sam Howell is. Sam Howell is has the maturity coming out like a thriving young Russell Wilson. And I mentioned this in the clip that I'm going to show in a minute, that when he was drafted, it hurt me. It really did, because I felt as though that was the quarterback that someone should have got, and notably, I hope it was my Seahawks. And if they did, I thought Geno Smith would have been. I would have been a little worried about Geno Smith. Drew Lock would have probably never would have been released for sure, or an afterthought. That's what's kind of sad, is that I'm still this high on Sam Howell. He's definitely a star quarterback. He can push to elite level eventually if he gets enough quarterback NFL experience. So as you can see, it's gonna be a few minutes. The clip's about like 6 minutes. If you want to go and skip through, go ahead. If you don't even care, that's fine. If you didn't even make it this far in the video, okay. But still, I appreciate y'all who made it this far so far. All right. So here's the clip of me telling everyone last year Sam Howell was the first and number one quarterback in the entire draft. Take it away.
Pick, very first pick of the 5th round. It is the pick that hurt me. This hurt me because I wanted this quarterback so much. This guy was like, he was Russell Wilson. Don't quote me that he's Russell Wilson now, but Sam Howell he was my number one quarterback. That's my number one. He's my guy. That's my guy out of the whole draft. In quarterback spectrum, that's my guy. Washington Commanders, you picked them up in the 5th round, first round of the 5th round. That is good value. Great value. Like, dude. Oh. Carson Wentz. You better worry, Carson Wentz. Seriously, you better worry. And if you get hurt once, Sam Howell's taking your job. And it's over. And you're not getting your job back. Sam Howell's taking your job. Okay, Carson Wentz? This is probably your 6th team that you've been hopping off and off around, okay? But this is going to be another team that you will lose the team to because of Sam Howell. I'm very high on Sam Howell. I'll be honest with you. I'm much more high on Sam Howell than all the quarterbacks for multiple reasons, okay? I'm just going to break down. Hear me out, okay? Best arm. He does have the best arm. The best deep ball. Best arm strength. Best velocity in the arm. He has the best arm in the whole class. He doesn't have the fastest release. That's Carson Strong. Carson Strong has the fastest release. And so does Zappe actually has a gun too. But that's not the point. Sam Howell, testing out of all of them, had the best velocity, the best deep ball, the best throws. He can throw the fucking ball. And the thing is, he's been a proven starter for 4 years, all 4 years, and he played all 4 years. He could have elected last year and been a 2nd rounder at minimum. Sam Howell is that good. Sam Howell, if he declared last year, this is a mistake declaring this year on his end, because, and I understand he has a lot of I'm sure he just has a lot of pride for North Carolina, and he loves them, and that's probably why he stuck that senior year, and maybe he graduated and just, he did things for himself before he thought about the NFL. I appreciate that, okay? But understand this, Sam Howell, in your situation, this was the worst thing for you, was not declaring last year. Like, dude, you should declare last year, because, bro, you would have been a 2nd round pick, and this year you would have showed everyone what you're going to show everyone now. In fact, I can go as far as he probably will play better, because he scrambled last year, finally. Like, he wasn't known for being a scrambler. But then when his senior year, when he played, he scrambled for, like, I think it was like 600-800 yards. It was close to 1,000 yards. Here, let me pull up the numbers. Like, bruh, this I'm not even joking. Sam Howell stats. Like, look at, like, you gotta understand. Like, he threw less. He threw less yards. He had 33,000 yards, right? Stats. I just saw them. No, college. There you go. Okay, yeah. So he threw for 3,000 yards, right? But understand, 2020, he threw for 3,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Great numbers, right? But he rushed for only 146 yards on 92 attempts, that's still a lot of attempts in my opinion. He got 5 touchdowns, but that's a lot of attempts in my opinion. and it's like his average in 2020 was 1.6 yards per average per carry. Now, this is Sam Howell 2021. Yeah, it went down. Yeah, he went from 68% to 62% because he wasn't throwing as he kind of did throw. Apparently, yes, he did throw as much, and yes, he was less accurate. But let's be honest with you, he was playing with all the team that he played with last year and 2 years ago were gone. Just gone. All his team that he built for himself was gone. That's why, and then afterwards, he didn't have running back. He didn't have anybody. That's the thing with Sam Howell. He didn't have anyone. And it's like, you expect why his numbers dropped. And even then, his numbers didn't drop as significantly as it could have. Okay, he still passed 3,000 yards. He still got 24 touchdowns and still got under 10 interceptions. He has 9 interceptions. Still, he's got accuracy. He's got velocity. He's got an arm. Now, this is where I'm going to sell you, okay? In 2021, he went from 146 yards from 2020 to 828 yards. Rushed for 4.5 yards a carry and had 11 touchdowns. He put 6 more touchdowns, added 3 more carries, 3 more yards per carry, and here's the kicker. 2020, he rushed it 92 times. Sam Howell, 2021, because if you watch the tape, he had to run because he was running for his life sometimes. He rushed it 183 times. That's a big difference. I love Sam Howell. This is an amazing pick for the Commanders. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, Carson Wentz, watch your back.
Okay, so see, everything that I said was exactly what you see now. So I don't get it. Did the pundits just like not give a shit about Sam Howell? Did people not understand that even though he was still in the back ways, he still was a quarterback that was worth like talking about? Because no one talked about him in the draft. Not one person that I can think about gave him the biggest praise, like in terms of pundits. They just thought, oh, another quarterback, you know. And what made it worse is that this last draft in 2022 was considered the worst quarterback draft that we've seen since 2013, whereas a quarterback like Geno Smith is still balling out, and he was one of the best quarterbacks in 2013. Well, that's showing now. Excuse me. So, where does this leave Sam Howell? Sam Howell is probably is in some cases in the same scenario in terms of that kind of tier of overthought, like afterthought. Sorry, afterthought. Everyone thought that Kenny Pickett was far and away the best quarterback in terms of maturity, numbers, all that, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. As you saw in my clip that I just mentioned, Sam Howell was a beast when he had his team. He was a monster. And if he actually did declare with Wan'Dale Robinson, who got picked up by the Giants, boom. He would have already been coming out last year, last year, and then it's just, sorry, I'm just shocked because it I don't know why people are so confused that Sam Howell is this good. And it's like, did you not see him in college? He commanded a whole team. I'm not going to go back and repeat what I said in the clips, but he was poised. He was a quarterback from at least his sophomore up to his senior year. And I can tell you, just like before in the clip, he stayed because he probably really loved NC over there to talk. He loved it. You know he loved it. So I'm sure that's why he didn't want to leave. He just wanted to ride it out his last year and hope for the best. But what pisses me off even now is that everyone says that there was no freaking quarterback in the 2022 draft class. And it's like the only real quarterback was Kenny Pickett. Don't get me wrong, he is improving and he's showing like a poised quarterback as well. But it's like Sam Howell was I already told, if everyone goes back, Sam Howell was my number one quarterback. And I would have drafted him as close to the 3rd round. I would have gone 3rd round, maybe 4th, because I thought fifth round was really like like tipping the toes because I was a little worried that Sam Howell was not gonna get drafted, and I was like, there's no way, he's too good to not get drafted. Little did I know, first pick of the 5th round, the Commanders did the right decision and picked their future quarterback. And look what's just 1 year. Look what everyone's doing. Everyone's talking about him. So why is everyone so impressed with him? Because in his 2 games already, he has 28 receptions for 37 attempts. Sorry, I'm just kind of flustered up because again, I'm just pissed off about people overlooking Sam Howell and all of a sudden thinking, oh, he's so good. Oh, what? Why did? Oh, where did he come from? It's like, shut up. He was always good. So, anyways, 37 attempts. Sorry, 18.5 average, 76 completion percentage. He's had above 65 before in college. Especially if you saw him his junior year where he was such a baller of a freaking quarterback when he had his complete team, 265 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, very very efficient with the quarterback with the ball. Has taken 3 sacks, QBR 122, 122. That's amazing. Amazing! And this is a guy who was drafted first pick in the 5th round because it was a class that said there was no goddamn quarterbacks after Kenny Pickett. And they were almost right because I didn't believe in any of them, not even Malik Willis. I don't care what you say. I didn't think he was a good caliber quarterback. And if he was, he would have to do a Geno Smith thing. Sit around and like learn from some of the best quarterbacks because that's what made Geno Smith really good. I think Geno Smith matured and became a much better quarterback because he was behind 3 really good Hall of Fame quarterbacks, in tier Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Russell Wilson. 3 brains that he picked out of for at least 2 to 3 years, notably, or, like in each years. And then he probably honed all that together and now he's got it together. It's something that I can see in Malik Willis. He probably needs to do the same scenario in some other quarterbacks in the same situations, They just got to learn from a really good quarterback, and then boom. Like, look at Jordan Love. Maybe he picked up a lot of skills from Aaron Rodgers, and now everyone's talking about him more than usual. I don't watch many football games, but if I did, I probably would be more popular in terms of the media. But I wouldn't mind being more branched out. So again, this is the first time I did something that's not Seahawks. This is actually Commanders things. And I'm not a big Commanders fan. But I love Sam Howell. Love Sam. That was my guy. Just like the clip. That was my guy. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Again, let me go before I end it. There was a few things I wanted to say in terms of how I felt. So when that clip actually happened, I really felt like this.
I like this pick. I like this kid. I'm jealous of Seattle. I wish I could coach this kid.
That's literally how I felt. I felt that exact way. I was just like, what? Oh, I wanted it so bad. But hey, props to the Commanders. Good for you. Hopefully, I hope you have a really good year this year. And in terms of being able to say, will he be able to make this leap forward and push this progress preseason to the regular season? Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in him. If you put a confidence around him and Commanders seem to have a all in all average to slightly better than average built team. Ron Rivera's kind of weird because he'll chance it a lot, but I do like what the Commanders are doing. Their team is smart, but their owner Snyder was just dumb. Oh, he's such an idiot. But I'm glad he's out of the team, so maybe there's a lot of positive things going forward for the Commanders. So this is a team to watch out for. So watch the Commanders. I'm very happy for you. I hope Sam Howell pushes forward, and hey, you might beat the shit out the Cowboys in the NFC East now. All right? In any event, I hope you guys have a good time. Thank you guys for listening. And yeah, I'm still going to say this. Go Hawks.